Hello everybody, it's Maikito. Our everybody's having a good day. Has had a good day so far. Had a good day yesterday. There was no video. Originally, I was planning on not making the video because it is a new year. But there's really one game when it comes to props tomorrow, and then a lot of games for money lines. And when it comes to tomorrow, to make a video for that next day, I won't have one because there will be no games at all. And I didn't want to not post what was like 3 days in a row or something like that. So I wanted to make a video for you guys. I found some that I did like, and also I just want to say Happy New Year's to everybody. Hope everybody can spend it well, have a good time, and hopefully leave all the bad stuff from 2024 behind, and we can have a great year in 2025 to everybody. But again, I did have at least one player probably one money line that I like, so I'll get straight into that. And the first one is Gabriel Martinelli to a higher than 1.5 shots, playing away from home for Arsenal, going up against Brentford. You can get this play on underdog. I know some people don't really listen to whenever I actually where the props are coming from, or whenever I talk about the props, but the player props are for fantasy apps, and this one is for underdog. I know he let us down last time, but one, I want to give him one more chance, and two, I can't ignore this line, especially with this matchup, so I like this play regardless. Brentford, on average, allowed the most shots in the league. They allowed the most shots than any other team at 18.5. They have a lot of defensive injuries. They have Henry, their left back, is injured. Pinnock, center back, injured. Ajer, center back, injured. Jensen, center mid, injured. They have a lot of defensive injuries, and they already struggle in the attack on defense as it is. And now it's going to be even harder for them, which they have been struggling on the defensive end recently. And one of Brentford's biggest weaknesses is defending down the wings, which is where Martinelli plays. And because Saka is injured, there should be more, again, offensive responsibility for him last game. And he's a good dribbler. I do contribute why he didn't play great last game due to the fact that they started Leandro Trossard on the left instead of Martinelli playing on the left. And so Martinelli had to play on the right, so he couldn't play like he usually does because he likes to dribble, cut in on his right foot, which is his strong foot, and then shoot. But because he played on the right, he really just played more of a passing role, didn't get to shoot because he didn't have that freedom that he usually gets when he plays on the left, and he just can't shoot like he wants to. But he should be starting on the left. Trossard should not be starting. It should be Martinelli on the left, Jesus and Kai Havertz up top. So he should be able to play on the left like he usually does. So he should have all that freedom. And with this matchup and a lot of space he's going to have, he should be able to now cut in and shoot on his right. And at 1.5, I just think this prop is too low, especially considering the matchup. So we're going to give him another chance. I like the matchup. Again, I just can't ignore it. So I like Gabriel Martinelli to go higher than 1.5 shots. Before I get into the money lines, just keep it short and sweet. If you could like the video, comment, it helps boost the video out. Now subscribe, please subscribe, and if you're interested, I have the memberships link in the description for those that want to get the content out early. Same thing with all my codes for everything, whether it's my data app that I'm partnered with called Outlier, code for that. Same thing with my player props, same thing with my money line, all the codes for that is linked in the description. So I really appreciate anybody who supports me and uses any of those codes. But like I mentioned, I do have one money line, and the one that I found that I like, it's both teams to score in the Brentford and Arsenal game. You can currently get this at -150. First of all, Brentford have the best attack in the league. They have scored more goals at home than any other team, more than Arsenal when they play at home, more than Tottenham, more than Man U, more than Man City, more than every other team. They have scored the most goals at home. They have scored 26 goals in 9 home games, which is an average of 2.89. And they still, like I mentioned before with the Martinelli, their defense is still leaky. Even at home, they have conceded 16 goals in 9 games, so that's an average of 1.78. And Arsenal is Arsenal. Away from home, they have scored 17 goals in 9 games. That's an average of 1.89. So I'm not really worried about Arsenal having to score. It's more of Brentford having to score. I feel like it's technically less likely of a chance, which is what this prop is really relying on. But first of all, Arsenal's defense drops away. They have conceded 6 goals at home, down to 10 goals away in 9 away games. So they average over a goal conceded a game at 1.11. And at the end of the day, I just feel like Brentford will find a way. You can call it a gut call if you want to, but I like this Brentford side. Brentford do have injuries, but it's all on the defensive end, not on the offensive end. They still have Wisa, and they still have Mbembo up top, and they're just a deadly duo. And just in general, Brentford is a dangerous counter-attacking side, and I like to mention that as well because Arsenal like to play possession. So Brentford, when they get the ball back, again, they're a dangerous counter-attacking side, and they're also a pretty clinical side. They have scored on average home and away 1.8 goals from 4.8 shots on target. That's a 38% conversion rate. So as long as they have a couple chances, they will convert at least one of them. Again, Arsenal's defense drops when they play away from home, and Brentford's attack is much better at home, and they have the best attack at home. They have scored in all competitions in 10 out of 11. The only game in which they didn't score was the most recent one against Nottingham Forest. But they themselves have been the most surprising side by far, at least on the good note. When it comes to this season, they're currently second place in the league. So that was just a statistical outlier, in my opinion. They have scored at home in every other game. And as long as they score against Arsenal, this prop should easily hit. Arsenal will score. You can call it a good call if you want to, but I like Brentford's attack. I just like this Brentford team in general. And I think you're getting good value here for both teams to score, because I feel like they're overvaluing Arsenal's defense away. So I like this prop. I like both teams to score in the Brentford and Arsenal game for -150. Thank you everybody for watching. Quickly going over last video's picks. It wasn't a great day. Wasn't a horrible day, but wasn't great out of the way. It was a 2-4 day overall. Money line wise was 1-1. AC Milan under 1.5 goals hit, and then Watford at home, they lost. I believe it was against Cardiff, if I'm remembering that correctly. I know somebody in the comments mentioned that it was a mistake or something like that. But one, I like the read regardless, and two, I mean, it's easier to say it's a mistake after the game is over, sure. But at the end of the day, I still like the read regardless, which was unfortunate that they couldn't come through. And then player prop wise, the ones on the video, Watara DMP, so he didn't play, but Eze, I had him hard in 3 shots. And he hit for us, so he came through. And then I had 3 added plays. Karamo lower than 0.5 shots on target. He got that one, which was unfortunate. We had Semenyo hard in 2.5 shots. He hit, and then they took a shot away at the end of the game. So we thought he hit, and then we found out later on that he didn't. And I'm not sure why they took the shot away, which he clearly did, but that's besides the point. And then I had Dragosino lower than 3.5 clearances. He hit for us. He ended right on the money with 3. So it was 2 and 4 overall. Hopefully, with this, tomorrow is the start of the new year, and we can do a lot better when it comes to those money lines, prayer props. And I'm thinking of different ideas of what I can do to maybe improve the channel, or maybe different ideas that I have that I can do to incorporate into the videos, whether it's showing one slip, like still doing like the plays how I usually do, but also like adding one slip that I personally do or something like that, because I know people ask me how I personally play them. But this channel is just really to give you guys an idea of plays that I like, not necessarily slips. But again, I might start adding a slip or two. And then I haven't forgot, I will show, at least in the next video or in a video where I do a lot of plays, how I use Outlier and how you can find plays and stuff like that, or how to support your picks data with the Outlier app. I haven't forgot about that. And then for those that don't know, I have the free Discord link in the description. Not a premium, just for those that want to talk about your own plays, other sports. There's a lot of people in there that know what they're talking about. So if you want to join that, completely free, linked in the description. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.